Do you think it'd be okay if I close this door just for a second?
I don't really mind, but
Cool, I'll close it. Hello everybody. Day 8 in the hospital in Christchurch. I've just discovered this room. I'm up and walking where I can see outside. There's a lot going on for me at the moment in my little brain, ticking along. One is just like the amazing ability for the human body to heal. I did not think I'd be up and walking like I am. I've got my boots on today. With having the accident that I've had, I've got 15 broken bones. Yep, 15 broken bones. The nurses and doctors here are all astonished at how little medication I'm taking. The amount I've been offered has been about, like what I've taken compared to the amount that I've been offered. I'm probably taking about 15% of the medication that the doctors have offered me. Just being responsible for managing my own, what goes in my own body. Also really present to the power of being intentional with your thoughts. It's like that old saying, whether you think you can or you can't, you're right. And it's the same with healing. It's the same with whatever you're doing in your life. Sure, there's discomfort involved, like having 15 broken bones, titanium rods holding my spine up. That's something that I could have easily thought, well, that's going to be too hard for me to walk. In the last 48 hours I've transformed from being bedridden to up and about walking, and this is on next to no painkillers. I haven't had morphine for quite a number of days now, and it just strikes me as really, really profound. I've had a lot of time to think being in a room for 8 days. I haven't been outside for 8 days yet. Today's the first day I'm going to step outside. Just waiting for Ruby to arrive and I'll step outside for the first time in 8 days. As a lot of you will know, we had a pretty significant car crash on Saturday last week, where a motorist travelling in the opposite direction to me crossed the centre line about 4 metres in front of where I was on the road, missed a corner, went dead straight. We don't know why yet, but what is known is that he was on YouTube at the time, and the guy suffers from sleep apnea. He died on impact. I had about a millisecond to react. My brain slowed right down in that moment of seeing him cross the centre line only about 7 metres in front of me, doing in excess of 100 kilometres an hour. It's not yet confirmed, but it will be his speed, but it was well in excess of 100 kilometres an hour, and there had been complaints made about this guy and his driving in the moments leading up to the crash, high speed and erratic driving. So in the last millisecond of that before the impact, I turned right. There was no time to brake. There was no braking at all, no skid marks at all from either vehicles, and bang, we collided. And how on earth me and my 2 children survived, and even managed to get out of the vehicle myself, get my children out with a little bit of help from some amazing bystanders, before dropping to the ground down on the roadside at a safe distance from the crash site in case of fire. But again, mind over matter. It's amazing what you can do with, or like how powerful the mind is when you take responsibility for your thoughts. I'm just a bit shocked at the way I look right now. I've lost a bit of weight. Hospital food isn't something that I would write home about, and it's not something I've been eating a lot of, so but doing a bit of fasting as well for my healing, especially after 8 days, or it was 7 days where I didn't have a bowel movement, so 7 days no pooing. That wasn't very much fun. But things are all working now. You wouldn't believe the relief, my goodness. Let's go to some positive stuff. The kids, Harper was discharged yesterday and was able to fly up to Bow up in Auckland. the last 48 hours for Bo has just been absolutely phenomenal. All the thoughts and intention setting and all the prayers from everybody that's been thinking and praying and you know, sending love and positive energy, you know, that's working. He's currently had his IV removed and his catheter removed, and just something really amazing that I want to share. He hasn't been speaking a whole lot since coming out of his coma 2 days ago, and he's been dealing with some fluctuations in his temperature and also in his blood pressure from the anti-nausea medication that he's been taking to try and get him to keep food down. We've gotten all on top of that. Overnight he had a really relaxed night, really good sleep. This morning they've taken his IV line out, they've taken his catheter out. Oh, it's just so moving to hear that the improvements that boy is making. I just can't believe my children, and neither can all of the people here at the hospital, and all the emergency services people. Were just blown away with how brave my children were and are at this crash scene. You know, none of us were knocked out, but also in the way that they've handled their treatments, and they're just charging on. So Bo, whilst after getting his catheter removed and his nose tube removed, before they removed the nose tube, they gave him a feed down the nose, and that's settled. He's taken that, and after Bo's mum Taylor, who's doing such an amazing job up there with her husband Reuben and her mum and dad, as well as Harper up there now. Bo, after having a clean and a wash, Taylor went to put a nappy on him, and Bo yelled out, "I don't want a nappy!" So that to me is just like, oh, my son, he's just, what those kids have endured, that impact, it just defies logic. It defies, yeah, again, those kids surrounded with love, positive energy and intention. Whoa, sorry, I'm getting a wee bit emotional. Not sadness, this is not sadness, this is just pure joy and celebration and gratitude for, yeah, my children who they are, my family who they are, my family and friends, all the people, all you guys. It just makes such a huge difference. So yeah, just massively proud, grateful. This is a real celebration, a celebration for me and my family, a celebration of what's to come. And if anything, I want people to take this as a lesson, and you know, or take it as an opportunity to stop and take stock of what is important to you, and what is it that you're not taking action on. You know, what was really profound for me was thinking about the risks that we all take in just simply getting in our vehicles each time we do. You know, a lot of us are committed to this comfort, and we build these safe environments around us where we don't take risks, but we don't question every time we get in the vehicle, and that's a massive risk. Not to scare anyone, but it's just the truth. But yet we have people sticking to their comfort zones in their relationships, the ones that aren't so happy in their relationships, they won't do anything about it because it's scary. Or the people that are in jobs that they really don't enjoy aren't going out there embarking on their passions and their you know, and in their purpose, because it's scary. I mean, sure, it's scary, but so is, you know, getting in the car every day. So is getting out of bed in the morning. But we don't give that a second thought. So I invite you to consider, what is it that you're avoiding? What is it you think is too big and scary? And just think about the ridiculousness of not taking action on that stuff. Because man, if there's one thing that's present for me right now, is that life is not a guarantee. Life is not a guarantee. So get out there, guys, do what's important to you. Love one another, for goodness sake. We all spend this time being disconnected and you know, removed and resentful and bitter, and it's like, man, we could all we could all show a bit more love and a bit more gratitude and just be there for one another. I think, you know, given the support that I've had over the last 8 days, like, I'm humbled by that, and I'm also mindful that it's something that for most people it takes an event like what I've experienced to you know, act upon. So let's not wait till the, you know, moment of grief. Let's not wait till till you know, we possibly lose our loved ones. Let's get out there and say what we need to say. Let's tell people we love them. Let's get that old beef dealt with, whatever it is, and just get into life. So again, thank you to everybody. I'm going to go ahead and have some lunch now and wait for Ruby to arrive. Oh, that sucks with 8 broken ribs. Coughing, but I have a dry throat after that little speech. Oh yeah, that sucks. I'm gonna go find some water. I love you all.